Hello everyone, Nixos58 here. I'm a little sick, but that's okay. We're gonna continue on as always. Welcome back to Asagao Academy. It's been a few days since I actually recorded this. As you can see, if you went back to the other video, you'd be able to see it. It's not really much of an illusion when, there's such easy way to tell. But anyways, last time, John and us, John and I, you, me, we, he, she, whatever, we're going to get a new bird because Jauqe exploded. Dead. He's like, I don't know if he actually exploded. He's just like dead. Like he's gone. But he didn't want to be recognized, so yeah. And also apparently he's our Russian uncle in this disguise. Anyways, he thumped his porno chest and I frowned. You gotta be blunt with me or else I'm not gonna get it. And if I want to know something, I don't see why you should hide it. Not if we're truly friends. It's sad, so I don't want to talk about it. If I was honest, that was only part of the reason. Yes, it was sad. Yes, it made people feel bad when I brought it up. But even more than that, I didn't want people to pity me. I got tired of seeing the looks on their faces when I mentioned it. The way their brows scrunched up and they cooed as if talking to a small kitten. I don't want John to look at me that way.
Yeah!
Lay it on me. I got this. John stretched an arm against the lamppost we were passing, planted his feet solidly on the ground, and planting his feet solidly on the ground. It seemed we wouldn't be moving until I said it. I sighed. Fine. Mom passed away when I was 8, so I barely remember her. Happy? He looked surprised for a brief second. I glanced away. I knew what would come next, and I didn't want to see it. Instead, I strode on past him. In a second, he was right back next to me, pumping his arms in his characteristic show-tune manner. For a moment, it seemed like he forgot he was Malkovich. Yes, actually, I'm quite happy. That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad, was it? The words flowed swift out of his mouth, just as they always did, almost without care. He wasn't trying to coddle me. No, I wasn't. No, it wasn't. So, do you have that necklace back home, then? Well, she was buried with it, because it was so important to her. My dad misses her so much. John nodded sagely. I think I can kind of understand in some way. We stood at a stoplight, waiting for the light at the crosswalk to turn green. Why'd you even come to Asagao anyways? What? You're a scholarship kid, ain't you? It probably costs a lot to go here, so you must have some big reason. I bit my lip. Why was John being so nosy? I bet he wouldn't like it if I asked him these questions, and it was kind of hard to take him seriously in that getup. Yeah, I can see why. I scanned the street for something neat, something to distract him from the question, and gasped. Look, the pet store! The light changed to green, and I sped across the street and down the next block. Damn it.
Self-voicing disabled.
A bright orange sign proclaimed the shop to be Pets and Pests. Not the friendliest of names, but it would do. Come on, let's go. I grabbed the door and held it open for John, but he just stared at me. What's wrong? I don't know if I can do this anymore, Hana. He glanced down the street. This was a bad idea. Let's just go home. What do you say? I rolled my eyes and grabbed his hand, pulling him inside. Come on, you'll be fine. Whoa, jellyfish, that's cool. Puka, what? I'm like looking at all the boxes. Potty Paw dog treats? What? A seedy-looking old man glanced at us as we entered the shop, but upon seeing John's getup, he turned back to the newspaper in his lap. A questionable reaction, but welcome nonetheless. I wasn't fond of employees hovering over my shoulder while shopping. I always felt pressure to buy something. We passed cages filled with puppies and kittens, ferrets and fish, spiders and snakes. I tried my hardest not to look at anything, partially out of fear, and partially because if I knew I locked eyes with something, I'd want to take it home. No, even more than that, I would take it home. I'd smuggle it into Asagao like illegal drugs and spend my days treating it like actual family. The birds were at the back of the shop, presumably so their high-pitched chirps wouldn't upset the store owner after a particularly late night. We glanced through the cages, seeing birds of every shape and color. For such a small shop, they sure had a lot of variety. But then I spotted it.
Hey!
John, look! That bird looks exactly like Jauqe. It's the spitting image of him. John frowned, eyeing it skeptically. A green conure. The right species, and it does look oddly similar. He peered closely at the bird. It was napping lazily on its branch. No, the colors are exactly the same. It's almost like Jauqe was based off this bird, or vice versa.
What?
Pardon? It's a conspiracy!
Uh,
I will eat that oak food. Nom 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 nom. Some birdie. Don't diet bird feed. Trim down just a few. What? Natural bird seed. Twice the price. Birds don't care. Paper bag bird seed. Okay. Some too much. Why? Super generic brand. All the way down here. Super generic brand. Anyways, let's get him. I headed towards the store owner, but John grabbed my arm. What's wrong? John glanced away. The wheels were churning in his mind. John wasn't the hardest person to read. I don't have a cage or food, so I shouldn't do this. Oh, Mom. Oh, up-to-date news. Apparently, I'm going to be home tomorrow. I'm probably going to go to sleep in about 2 hours. Yeah. Don't have a cage or food, so I shouldn't do this. I don't know about real birds. I only know about Jauqe. I should study more or something. Definitely have a cage. We all make that birdhouse together, remember? I guess we did. Besides, I don't believe you've studied a day in your life. Rude, I happen to be very intelligent and culturally sound individual. Just the other day, I went to the symphony to hear Firebird. Okay, Mr. Culture, stop making excuses and let's go. I approached the store owner, who glared at me. I could read his thoughts in his eyes, stupid kid. This is why I hated talking to employees at stores. Excuse me, can we please have that green conure? He flexed his tongue around in his mouth. I could see the little lump probing his cheeks. What's it to you? What? What's that bird to you? A pet? Humph. The man snapped his newspaper back up, not even looking at me anymore. What the hell? Let me try. John approached the counter and slammed his hand down on it. The man peered around at his newspaper, then jumped. Why, hello, sir. Your benevolence. How might I serve you? Well, I need that green birdie for my little lady friend. It seems you aren't interested in giving it to her. The man twisted his hands. He glanced from me to John. I'm very sorry, sir. I simply thought, but then the bird is rightly yours. Pardon me. Rightly yours? What was he talking about? What is he talking about? Shh, just let it happen. Just let it happen. He boxed up the bird, including a handful of beginner's bird items at no extra charge. He bowed us out of the shop. In no time, we were back in the street and on our way back. I still don't get what just happened. The Malkoviches are a long, dignified line. They're practically celebrities back in their homelands. Wait, so Malkovich is a real guy? You don't need to worry about it. let's get home. John patted me on the head, then started to cross the street. Dang. It's almost like he's a mafia. He's a mob boss, John. The whole affair took much longer than I anticipated. By the time we were on our way home, I was exhausted. The bird sat quietly in its box on John's lap, John peering nervously through the air slits. Think this is really gonna work? What? Imagine it's like Jauqe 2.0. It's like an actual robot bird again. Oh, ridiculous. Try as I might to stop it, my vision was hazy. My head kept moving towards John's shoulder. John smiled at me, his question remaining unanswered. After some time, he rolled his eyes and patted the side of my head. I snapped awake. What? If you're gonna sleep on me, just do it. It's bothering me that you haven't made up your mind. I smiled, then scooted closer to John and laid my head on his shoulder. He was so warm. I almost didn't mind that he was still in that Malkovich getup. Almost. As the train pulled into Higanbana, John shifted nervously, pulled my head off his shoulder. Yeah? What's going on? We're getting close to Asagao. I just realized something. PG was supposed to meet up with Gerard tonight in our room. What if he's still there? I'm not gonna be able to take this, Jauqe in like this. We'll know something's up. Well, that's no problem. We can keep it hidden. We can keep him in my dorm. Mai's got a game tonight in another town, and it was supposed to go on late. Really? Are you sure, though? I know you're afraid of birds. I mean, it's only until Gerard leaves, right? What could be the harm in that? The trip across campus was perilous. It took all our collective ninja skills not to be caught by teachers or other students. Oh, we're gonna Metal Gear Solid our way in. Dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Utilizing bushes, postal boxes. Postal boxes. Oh, wait, hold on. Tasty. My voice is shot, basically. And the occasional holding a soccer ball you found on the ground in front of your face trick, we made it into Primrose. Just before we entered, I turned. Can't you at least take off the disguise now? I think it'll cause you more suspicion in the way you are.
No.
Oh, it won't. Nobody can tell it's me. Yeah, but I wasn't talking about suspicion free. With a sigh, I pulled open the door. Malkovich's mind was made up. There was nothing I could do. We climbed the stairs with halting steps. I peered around every corner to ensure nobody was around. New Jauqe was surprisingly well behaved, considering the amount of travel and jumping to and fro we were putting him through. Either he was still asleep, or he was so chill as to be confused with the dead. I winced as the thought occurred to me. Too soon, Hana. Too soon. We climbed to the third floor and sprinted to my door. I got my keys as fast as I could, trying to unlock the door. Hana. Ah. Kakusa was suddenly next to me, having made almost no sound in her approach. As I fit the key in the lock and turned it, Kakuzu made a high-pitched whine. Mai texted me. She told me to tell you to save her a pork bun from dinner. I now see that is no longer possible. I nodded slowly. Kakuzu stared at me, evidently expecting some kind of response. Thank you? She nodded, her eyes flashing. Message delivered. That Kakuzu disappeared into her own room. Who was that girl? Let's just say Jauqe isn't the only robot in town. Wow, it's 100% confirmed. She's a robot. Damn, Hana, that's cold. You can't just go calling people robots. I shoved the door open and ushered John inside. John set the box and bag of products down with a sigh. It's not heavy, but damn, it was uncomfortable. Thanks for carrying everything. Hey, it's my stuff. John shrugged, rolling his shoulders. I eyed the box warily. Ew, Jauqe still had made a peep. Is he really okay? I'm gonna head back and check whether Gerard's around. I'll come back as soon as the coast is clear. John followed my eyes to the box. Are you sure you'll be
Yeah.
okay? Of course, I can handle a little old bird, and you'll be back before I even know it. Okay, if you're sure. John was clearly uncomfortable with this, but I felt I could handle myself. I shooed him out the door. Just before he closed, I stuck my head into the hallway. And please change your clothes. John gave me a thumbs up. Satisfied, I went back into my room. It was still silent, as if I were totally alone. My uniform was still laying on my bed. My homework spread across my desk. Everything was normal, except there was another living being in the room with me. Silence was really starting to throw me off. I tried to peer through one of the box's breathing holes, but I couldn't see anything. Was it even in there? All birds were this common. Maybe I was wrong to be so afraid of them all these years. It wasn't like I had a rational reason for hating them. They were just so small and fast and pointy. So much potential for destruction in their one tiny flying package. Oh, there's an ant on my computer. I killed it. I changed into my pajamas, then sat on my bed and looked around my room. Well, now what? Ooh, ooh, ooh. I think. Oh man, I don't know what to do here. Um, well, let's think about this. If we're doing this, like, do we really trust the bird? Because, um, I don't know. I feel like we shouldn't trust the bird. But I know that sounds stupid. Because, like, Hana's have had this fear of birds for a while. So, like, do we really think that it's, like, that. Um, you know what? I'm gonna go against my best judgment here. Yeah, I should practice. There are only a few weeks left until the tournament, after all, and I didn't want to embarrass Normal Boots. I pulled out my phone and turned it on. Instantly, several texts came in from Maya's number, all begging me to save her a pork bun. Wait, hold on. Oh crap, we got a lot of tournament points. Damn, this new jock seems super promising. He's calm, quiet, collected. Everything John could use in a bird. Plus, he helped John and I get some together time. I'm kinda grateful to him. Oh, well, we won't read those yet. Ugh. Alright. Sorry, Mai. I switched out of the texting app and started up the game. After a brief loading scene, the chirpy music began to play. I challenged someone to a multiplayer match and waited for the timer to count down. Ugh, that guy was hard. The bird started screaming, bouncing into the box's walls and moving it to and fro across my desk. Pencils and books clattered to the floor. The box flew across my desk as if possessed. It drew close to the edge of the desk, almost falling off.
No.
No! It was going to fall off. Not knowing what to do, I reached over and pulled open the lid. Ree! The bird flew out of the box and around the room, a complete blur. It rammed into a wall, knocking down my shelf, and then into my bed, then into a desk. Objects fell across the room as if we were having an earthquake. Then talons flew at my face. I covered my face with my arms. Then it was on me, beating against my skin, tearing through my hair. Screaming, I crawled to the door, trying to shake the bird out of my hair. Ree! Ree! A heavy thud came from my door. I heard him. Hana, what's going on? It's John! I reached up and pulled the door open. John ran into the room, eyes wide. Oh no! He glanced at me on the floor, then grit his teeth. I didn't see how he did it. I know it took some skill and effort, judging by his grunts, the way he hopped around the room, Eventually, after several minutes, the clattering stopped. The screeching became muffled. When I opened my eyes, the bird was back in the box, and the room was a mess. Papers littered the floor, books, action figures, pencils, clothes. Everything was flung here and there across the room, and there were fluffs of cotton lining the corners. It took me a few seconds to realize where the cotton came from. When I did, I froze. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh my god, this is. Oh no. My. John turned to me, panting. Why the hell did you let it out of his box? Mr. Bunny. Mr. Bunny lay on the floor, ripped to absolute shreds. If I hadn't had him for so long, I never would have been able to guess that the tattered pile of cloth was him. The only recognizable part that remained was a patch containing a single button eye. I picked it up, hands trembling. My tears slid down my face. I bit the inside of my cheek, taking deep breaths, trying very hard to stop crying. It was my own fault after all. It was only a bunny. It was only a bunny. It was only... I sobbed into the tattered piece of cloth. John's eyes widened, and he flailed uncomfortably. Stop crying! Stop it! Stop that, please! John, do you mind leaving me alone for a bit?
No.
No, but I should help you clean up. This is partially my fault, after all. No, I would prefer... I swallowed heavily, trying to stop my voice from wobbling. Please go. John hesitated a few moments, his hands reaching towards me, then he nodded. It'll be good to get this thing out of here. He grabbed the box and the rest of the supplies, shuffling carefully to the door. As he passed, I flinched. He hesitated, looking at me for just a moment. Then he left. With John gone, I started sobbing almost uncontrollably. My rabbit was gone. He was gone. After all this time, he was gone. I crawled into my bed, holding the tattered eye to my chest. Normally, when I was this upset, I could go to Mr. Bunny for comfort. In fact, he was my only friend for the past year. Now, though, now I was alone, and he was gone. Hana! Hana, wake up! I was jolted awake by Mai, who stood in her volleyball uniform, duffel bag at her side, and fury on her face.
What the hell?
What the hell is this? I blinked rapidly, the rest of the room coming into rough focus, the mess on the floor, the cotton everywhere, my things spread all. Oh. Oh? Oh! Is that all you have to say? I hung my head, trying to keep tears from streaming down my face. Yet again, my eyes were raw enough as it was. For the first time since entering the room, I seemed to realize something was wrong. Wait, are you okay, Hana? She sat down on the edge of my bed, setting her bag between her feet. I tried to speak, but my throat was shut tight. I swallowed several times to no avail. Finally, Mai stretched an arm out and took my hand in hers. Okay, tell me what happened. You have to. Whatever you've been hiding, it's clear something is up, and I'm super worried about you. I looked at my hand in Mai's. Then the torn rabbit piece crumpled next to my pillow. I told John I wouldn't tell anyone. I promised. Now Mai was involved. Her things destroyed and her room made a mess. She deserved some kind of explanation. I wasn't sure John would ever forgive me if I betrayed her trust. Oh. Oh, man. If we tell her the truth, she's gonna... Oh, man, I don't... It's terrible to say this, but I don't really trust Mai that much with this. She seems to be a little bit of a blabbermouth. It's terrible to say that. She's super hyper, and I'm sure someone would notice. I think we should evade it. I really want to tell you what happened, but I can't. Seeing the look on her face, I reiterated, I can't. I made a promise. I know that if you had something you wanted me to keep secret, you wouldn't want to tell anybody, right? I said it out of desperation, hoping she would understand. To my great surprise, Mike seemed caught off guard. Yeah, you're right. There are things I wouldn't. She trailed off. But are you okay? I nodded slowly. Really sorry, Mai. I really am. Tears pricked the backs of my eyes, and Mai rubbed my shoulders.
I'll support you.
Hey. Shh. It's okay, Hana. Don't worry. Between the two of us, we'll have this mess cleaned up in no time, right? She bounded to her feet, completely restored from her intense anger. Yeah, we'll totally kick this mess's ass! I might be quick to jump to conclusions, but she was just as quick to move on from them. A small smile crossed my lips. Right, let's get to work. I had forgotten. I might not have Mr. Bunny anymore, but I had friends now. It wasn't enough to ease the pain of the loss, but it was enough to give me the strength to get out of bed. I'm still not really sure I get it. It was Saturday afternoon, and Mai and I were with Satch in the library, bent over our math notebooks. I mean, it's a logical equation, but when I plug in the numbers, I don't seem to get the same answer as you. What am I doing wrong? Satch chuckled and pointed between my equation and the one in the book. You forgot to copy down these parentheses, so you're doing it out of order. Oh, jeez. It's kind of funny, Hana. You're a natural strat. You're natural for strategies and seeing patterns and things, which you think would make you good at math. But it's not that I'm bad at it. I get great grades in it. It's just that. I mean, if I know what the answer is, why do I have to go through all this stupid effort to show my work? And then the results don't match what I thought. I bit my lip, not knowing how ditzy I felt when I whistled. You really are a genius. I glanced at Satch's notebook, on which he was scrawling out a complicated algorithm for some kind of machine he was working on. I don't think I'm the genius. Satch looked up and grinned. You two are ridiculous. You'll be right up where I am next year, so don't even act like I'm special or something. I blushed, but Maya rolled her eyes. The day I reach your level is the day Jared actually decides to date me. I winced at her put down, but Maya seemed completely okay with what she just said. She had finally come to terms with the fact that Jared seemed frankly uncomfortable around her. I watched her carefully. Maybe this was exactly what she needed, though now she could get to know the actual Jared instead of the Jared she built up in her head. Although the actual Jared seemed surprisingly fishy to me.
What's going on?
Oh, John, hey man, what brings you here? I jumped. John appeared behind me, looking distinctly uncomfortable. Hands in his pockets, he gestured toward the door.
Hey.
I was hoping I could speak to you, Hana. I was looking all over for you. Oh, yeah, sure. Sorry, sure. Yeah, sure. I nodded to Maya and Satch, then followed John out of the library. We stepped into the slightly chilly air. I glanced at the clouds above us, silver ridges lining their edges. Looks like rain. I guess so. John nodded. I wrapped my arms around my body, getting a bit cold. I didn't have the comfortable jacket John did. So I just wanted to apologize for what happened yesterday. I should have stayed with you or taken the jauqe to my room. I know how you are with birds, so I should have been more careful. No, I'm sorry. I just had this crazy outburst, and you had no idea what was going on. I'm the one who said I could handle it. I'm the one who let him out of the box. John chuckled. If you ask me, we're both at fault. John beamed, as if somehow both of us being at fault exonerated us. It wasn't exactly what I wanted to hear, but there was no reason it couldn't work like that, so why not? And anyways, I wanted to make it up to you, so... How's about we go on a date? Tomorrow. Wanna, if you have time. I don't want to put pressure on you or anything. I beamed, clapping my hands together.
Yeah.
Of course I do. I'd love to.
Yeah.
Great, that's awesome. The sun broke through the clouds above us, warming my face. I smiled, stretching my arms out to absorb the sunlight. What a great day. So about the new Jacques, I'm getting a little nervous. He's really antsy bird, way more than I anticipated. He's just not as predictable as Jacques was. And now we were on new Jacques. John was apparently completely unable to read moods. I had to tape over the entrance to his birdhouse because he kept trying to eat all of PBG's nachos. I didn't even know birds could eat nachos. They probably couldn't.
Well.
Jacques was a robot, so
Huh.
yeah, I think I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time training him. But there's only 3 weeks until the play and the tournament. I need to practice for that too. I'm starting to get a little worried. Is what I'm saying. It doesn't help that I procrastinate the heck out of these kind of things. The more important, the worse it is. Would it help if I trained him too? That way you could have time enough to do homework or practice or whatever. John glanced at me in surprise, then chuckled. After everything that happened yesterday, you'd still offer to take over for me. I mean, if it's for you, I don't see the problem. Maybe if we work together, we'll even be able to teach him the old Jock's robot voice. Oh man, that's a huge weight off my chest. Thank you so much, Hana. Oh wow, thanks.
I have joined the recording.
No, you haven't. Only those who were here beforehand can join the recording.
Bye.
John stepped forward as if to hug me, then stopped. Anyways, I gotta head back. Scene painting's happening today. I'm supposed to supervise. Last year they painted boobs and penises all over the set, so... Right, go ahead.
See you later.
I'll come pick you up tomorrow, so be ready. Nikki, shush, 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 shush. Shush, shush, Nikki. John jogged off towards the theater. I cut my hands around my mouth. And don't you dare dress like Malkovich! John waved at me. Whether that meant he wasn't going to, though, I didn't know. With joy bouncing in my stomach like a squirrel on too much caffeine, I darted back into the library, intent on finishing my homework before the next day. It took me several hours to finish all the homework I accumulated over the past week. Oh, wait. Whoa, we have maximum study tournament points. Dang. So much happened and there was so much to process that I had almost no energy left over to do my homework. But my impending date with John gave me the vigor I sorely lacked. Smiling, I boxed my final answer on my math sheet. I'm done! I stretched my arms out to the sky as the door opened.
Hello.
Nikki, can you please not turn on every... Use your flashlight. Hi, how are you? I'm good. How are you? You're so cheery today. It's about what John wanted to talk to you about. Going on a date tomorrow. I'm so happy. Instead of the joy that I expected, Maya's gaze shifted away from me. She looked almost upset. Is it not a good thing? What? No, it's great. I'm glad you're going on a date with John. I know how much you like him. Oh my god, my niece, all the way in the freaking hallway. I think. It's just that, well, after you and John left, Satch started asking me some questions. He wanted to know whether John was still practicing for the tournament. Apparently he's been skipping out on practice, and he hasn't been helping anyone prepare. He's told them that he's really busy with the play, but the other guys feel kind of screwed over. He's one of the founders, after all. If he's not putting in the time, why should everyone else? But that's not fair! It's not. If you and John don't want to tell people what's going on, that's your decision. But then you can't be upset when people see your behavior and make assumptions based on what's there. I don't know what's going on, but John is slacking off. That's the truth. John is working really hard right now. He's got his hands completely full. Full enough that he has time to go on a date with you. But that's not fair. I'm just saying. This is what it looks like on the outside. The other guys are getting concerned. Oh. Sorry, I thought that she would have came in here. Like she usually does. And since she does not agree or disagree to be on the channel, I am not allowed to put her in. I'm just saying this is what it looks like on the outside. The other guys are getting concerned. I told you, and now you know. You can decide what to do with it. What I should do with it? Oof. Well, alright, this is coming from me, personally. Whenever people talk to me about things like this, I get, like, hella stressed out when people are talking to me about stuff, like, that I gotta do, like, and I know what John is talking about here, like, the procrastination. Like, I'm a chronic procrastinator, and whenever people tell me that I need to do things, I just like, okay, yeah, I'll do it later, and then I'm like physically and mentally dying inside. But like, then like on the day that it's due, it's just like, well, looks like I got something to do tonight. But I feel like it could cause it. Maybe if we point it out, because John isn't me. This is just personal experience. But John isn't me, so I think if we bring it up, it could like kind of snap him into gear, because he has been very much like that. I'll try and get him to loosen up a bit. He's really swamped, but maybe I can do something to help.
Bingo.
That's the spirit. It might be a rough conversation, though. Why not just make it a comment? When you see an opportunity for him to go a bit easier, tell him then. That way, you don't have to spend all your time with him angsting about it. That's no reason not to be excited for your date. But if John should be spending his time elsewhere, you don't understand boys at all. At all, Hana. If you're important to him, he'll make time for you. If anything, this is a great sign. I can 110 guarantee that this is how guys act. Unless you're me, and then you have a terrible time doing anything. Hold on. Oh my god, my niece just ran in here and almost had her voice on camera. Whoop. And like, what I was saying was like, for me, it's just like, oh, there's another person I gotta like keep track of, and it's just like pressure, and I break down. But I'm desperate, so I don't know. I guess the whole idea for me is like, this is just my way of like experimenting on how I would do things. You think?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I know. Come on, let's pick out your outfit. I stood in front of my mirror, running my hands through my bangs. There was a cowlick sticking up in front, and I couldn't get it to lay flat. John would be here any minute, and I didn't want to spend my entire date worried about my hair. So, can I ask you something? Sure, shoot. Oh, it's so cute! Oh, is that the cowlick? It looks fine. You like John, right? Yeah, I guess I do. Okay. But, like, why?
What?
I shot her a look, unsure of what she was trying to get at. With this, Mai held up her hands in defense. Okay, hear me out here. I mean, the past few things you've told me about him haven't been particularly romantic, and every time you guys hang out, you seem to get stressed or worried. I just want to make sure you actually like the guy, and that it's not some kind of crazy crush gone awry. I turned back to the mirror, pursing my lips. He probably did look kind of bad from the outside, especially since both John and I have been so stressed. And John did say the wrong thing a lot, which could probably be taken as actual inconsideration, like he was trying to hurt my feelings on purpose or something. But that wasn't the truth of it. John wasn't that kind of person. He just thought differently from other people. That didn't make him any less sincere or his feelings any less real. I know.
Well,
Oh, well. But now that I thought about it, why did I like him? When I tried to think of a reason, I just got happy feelings in my stomach and images of John and Jacques together. I couldn't actually verbalize it. But Maya was waiting for my answer. Oof. We don't want to say he's blunt. That's rude. First off, that's rude. Second off, like, who wants to date someone because they're blunt? Like, why do you think I'm still single? No, I'm kidding. Or am I? Bum, bum, bum. I didn't want to say something I would regret, or that I didn't mean, so instead I stuttered like an idiot. Oh, so it's me. If I could think of a reason for liking him, did that mean I didn't... If I couldn't think of a reason for liking him, did that mean I didn't sincerely like him? Was this just some kind of crazy infatuation? Was I more in love with love than with him? Was I content with not stating the extent of our feelings? Now, now really, now really didn't seem like the time to add more to either of our plates. But maybe that was a bit calculated on my part. I wasn't even sure what the extent of my feelings were. And if that wasn't the case for me, or if that was the case for me, could it be the same for him? No. Wasn't it more likely that he was trying to take advantage of me in some way, just because I was being kind to him?
well,
If you need time to think about it, that's okay. There was a knock at the door. My savior. I quickly pocketed my phone and my wallet, then turned to Mai. We can finish this conversation when I get back, okay?
bye-bye.
Okay, have fun. Oh, throat. Don stood in front of my door, beaming as usual and holding roses?
Hey,
Hey, I got these for you. Oh, wow, thank you. I took the bouquet of roses from his hand, staring into the curled blooms. I never gotten flowers before, and I didn't really know how to accept them. My parents owned a half flower shop, after all. I was usually the person selling the flowers, not the one getting them. I didn't own a vase, so I didn't even have anywhere to put them. 1 second. Oh, back already? Whoa, nice roses! Yeah, John bought them for me. Putting the moves on you, eh? But I didn't know you liked roses. Yeah, that is an adorable face. I searched my face. You don't do. It's just that so many people came to my parents' store getting token roses for their partners, even yelling at my parents on Valentine's Day when there were none left, because they'd gotten in trouble. There was no thought. There was no thought in it, so they didn't seem like meaningful gifts for me. But at least he's trying. Anyways, can you find a place to put these?
Uh-huh.
Sure. Go on, get out of here. I smiled in thanks and headed back out in the hall. Okay, let's get going. Right. Where are we off today? To today? Well, I thought a lot about it. There's a crazy good restaurant in the mall. I made reservations for a romantic candlelit meal for two. Candlelit dinner. For lunch? John watched me eagerly, anticipating my reaction. Oh, great! Sounds like fun! He grinned broadly, pumping his arms as if he just won a game or something. I chuckled quietly to myself. Sure, so candlelit dinners at lunchtime weren't my jam, but he was still taking me out and trying to show me he cared, even if it was in the most stereotypical way possible. Maybe there wasn't as much thought in it as I would have liked, but the feeling was still there. I could go along with this. Oh, that's what I told myself, but holy shit, this was awkward. John and I were seated around at a table in the back of a dimly lit room, partially secluded from the rest of the restaurant by plants and paper screen dividers. Partially secluded as we were surrounded by bickering families and old people out for their usual discount lunch. It was unusually hot, and the couple to our right kept hissing barbs at each other under their breath. The wife had already threatened to divorce her husband twice.
Oh no.
You okay? You're looking kind of pensive. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm sorry. I was just thinking. Thankfully, the waiter came to take our orders. I asked for water with extra ice, and the man smiled knowingly at me. Just before walking away, he produced a small dark box from within his apron. He set it in front of me and winked. With a quick glance at John, he was off. What's this? Open it up. It looked like a jewelry box. John wouldn't buy me jewelry, would he? I grabbed the cardboard lid and ever so gently lifted it up. Inside were two small pink flowers, shaped out of what seemed to be some kind of sugar. Oh my gosh, these are beautiful, aren't they? I had them picked especially for you. I figured you probably never had one, considering they're so expensive. He faltered in the middle of a sentence, for once aware that what he was saying was not the best thing given the situation. Anyways, they're my favorites. This old man from back home used to make some every March and bring them around to all the neighbors, which is a lot easier said than done, because some of the grounds are huge. He had to walk quite a ways. Really? Why would he do all that? March was like a month of anniversaries for him. Him and his wife, him and moving into the neighborhood, him coming and coming to the country, all that kind of stuff. So he tried to share and bring a sense of community to the neighborhood. That's so cute. My neighborhood used to have communal barbecues, movie nights, and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, people would get together and help watch over each other's kids. And when there was a yard sale or something, when there was a yard sale or someone was moving, everyone helped out. We knew what it was like to kind of be sad and tired all the time, so everyone tried to help out when they could. We were just usually happier helping someone out than we were on our own. That's so sweet. He peered at the flowers in the flower in the box. So you already know about this, then? Uh-huh. I know about the feeling behind it, but I've never had this before. I'm really excited to try some. Great! He leaned toward me, resting his chin in his palm. His eyes stared deeply into my own, watching me intensely. Did he expect me to eat it now? I was hoping to eat it after the meal. Sugar on an empty stomach usually made me feel sick. Seeing his excitement, I pressed aside and took the flower out of the box. Oh! The flower was half crushed by my fingers, even though I tried to pick it up gently. Careful, these things are really fragile. John, with the lightest of touches, took the flower from my hand and set it in his palm. Then he held it out. Here, eat it. He wanted me to eat it from his hand? I'm not gonna bite. Go ahead. Blushing furiously, I leaned forward and opened my mouth. John popped the flower into my mouth and melted immediately. It was sweet and light, almost kind of like cotton candy.
Yeah!
So you do know it! The waiter brought in our food at that moment, which was a good thing, because he blocked my completely incredulous expression from John's view. We headed back immediately after eating, John apologizing profusely for having to cut the date so short. I shrugged it off. I know you have the play and tournament to prepare for. Thanks for taking some time off. You're busy enough as it is. Are you sure you're going to be able to handle everything? Yeah. Well, I have you and everyone else to help me if I need to. I should be fine. He grinned, all optimism and cheer once again. I wasn't convinced. It was a lot to do in only a few weeks, and if there was one thing I knew from projects, it was that people usually underestimate how long they took to finish. John chuckled. You know, I was so worried about today. Were you really? Oh yeah, totally. I've never been on a real date before, and I had no idea what I was supposed to be doing. Words that have related to me have never been spoken as true as this before. Never been on a real date, huh? Generic roses, candlelit meal, the sugar spun flowers. Suddenly it all made sense. It wasn't that John didn't know what I liked. It was that I was too concerned about what he should be doing. John had overthought our date and trying to consider my feelings. The thought was so funny that I burst out laughing right then and there.
What?
What's so funny? Nothing. You're just surprisingly cute. Surprisingly? Yes, surprisingly. We finally made it to my door, and as we did, I remembered the question I asked earlier. I said I would talk to her about it when I got back. Well, thanks for today, John. It was really fun. Wait, before you go. John dug around in his pocket. Internally, I balked. More presents? He withdrew another small black box and handed it to me. I got this for you. I took it, glancing up at him. More sugar flowers? No, open it up and see. Hesitantly, almost warily, I pulled open the tab on the box.
John.
Oh! Inside the box was the necklace I saw in the city, the amethyst strewn with a string of pearls. For Christmas, always gets you high. I remembered that it was your mom's favorite, so I figured you'd want one of your own. Now you can kind of be twins. I mean, it's not much, but I thought it might be nice. It was kind of like paying my respects for her. It was kind of like paying my respects to her, even if I never get to meet her.
John.
Nikki, chill, shush. With trembling fingers, I clasped it around my neck. Does it look alright? Definitely. You look beautiful. Your mom would be proud. Oh. Oh my god! Oh no! Why are you crying? Did I do something wrong? Did I overstep my bounds? Oh my god, stop crying! Holy shit, please stop! What do I do? I pulled him into a hug, burying my face into his shoulder. Nothing. This is a good kind of crying. John patted my shoulders awkwardly. Good, I guess? I wiped my tears and stepped away from him, unable to meet his eyes. Sorry. Right. Well then, I'm going to go. Thank you so much, John. We should do this again sometime.
Yeah!
Yeah, definitely. John skipped happily away down the hall, hardly a care in the world.
Hannah.
Oh hey, back already? Yeah, I am.
What?
Nice necklace! John give that to you? I nodded, then took Mai's hands. I know John can mess up sometimes, but he's really just the sweetest, most considerate guy in the world. Are we talking about the same John here? I pulled away from her, chuckling lightly. It's weird, Mai. Sometimes John can be such a buffoon, saying the wrong thing at precisely the wrong time, completely ignorant of what you should never say to a girl. But then the other half of the time he can be super sensitive and understanding what someone's going through without them even needing to say anything. I shrugged. I just don't get it. But you like it. Of course I like it. Well, good. We were so sad the other day, I was real worried. Actually, I was so caught up in the date that I completely forgot about Mr. Bunny, too. Mr. Bunny? I glanced over my bed, looking for the tattered eye patch. I never introduced Mai to him, which was kind of sad. Where was it? Where was it? I dug through the covers of my bed, then under the pillow, then inside the pillow, then under the bed, then between the bed and the wall. I flung blankets off, scanning the floor as I shook them out. What's going on? Where is it? Where is my Mr. Bunny?
What?
What? There was an eye patch with a button on it. It was fabric, and it was Mr. Bunny, or what was left of him, and it. Oh, she threw it. Oh my god. Oh my god, she threw it out, didn't she? I shifted uncomfortably and I stopped mid-sentence. You!
Oh, no.
I thought it was trash, so I threw it out while we were cleaning up. I dashed out to the back of Primrose, straight to the dumpsters. The cool air chilled my skin, but I barely noticed it. Pulling open the lid of the first dumpster, I lifted myself up over the edge and was about to jump in when...
Hana.
Hana, stop! The trash gets picked up Sunday mornings. Mr. Bunny is gone. I stopped, hanging half out of the dumpster. The smell of rotten milk and old bits of food wafted into my face. Slowly, I lowered myself back down to the ground.
Sorry.
I'm really sorry. I didn't know. If I had known, I would have never done it. Oh, no, it's okay. I forgive you.
Really?
You do? I nodded. After all, I had real friends now. I didn't need to rely on Mr. Bunny anymore. I'm okay. I'll be fine. Mai searched my face. Then she grabbed a hold of my hand. Come on, let's go back inside. It's Sunday night, after all. We should have some fun.
Hell!
I know! Can you believe that? She says, I love you, and he says, I know! What the hell? I kinda like it. I think it makes sense.
No!
No, it just makes him a dick. This is why Luke is way better, and he should have gotten the girl. They're sibling. Oh my god, they're talking about Star Wars. Oh my god, they're talking about Star Wars. Is that an actual scene? I forgot. I haven't watched the original trilogy in so long. It's been ages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they weren't at first. They couldn't. They're siblings, Mai. What the hell is wrong with you? I'm just saying that I think Luke's sexiness goes away unappreciated just because I can't believe you're vouching for incest. Oh god, it started off as laughter, now it's just pain. They did it in Clueless too. They did it in Clueless too. Get out of my face. Oh my god, that's like my response to every one of my friends whenever they try to like tell me about something. Like, Nick, you're my editor, you know what I'm talking about here. Like it's like I don't say it to you, but I think it. It's like I start talking about like anime or Pokemon, like Love Live specifically, and then you're just like, no, it's trash, you're cancer, and I just want to say, get out of my face, get out of my face. I'm sorry if that offends you, but like, come on, man, I don't trash talk you very often. I got a little personal. My actions were not intentional. I was sure that if she could go back, she would have stopped herself from throwing away Mr. Bunny. And as sad as I was, I should try my hardest to let it go. I'm gonna like go back and chapter 4. All right. Thank you all so much. Wait, hold on. How far are we in the recording? 58 seconds. Holy crap! 9 minutes. Oh god. I'm sorry, everyone. This must have been the longest episode yet. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you like it, please Falcon punch that subscribe button and great Ether like button. And oh wow, that was low. That was low. Okay. Please Falcon punch the subscribe button and great Ether like button. And stick around for the next episode where we will be continuing on with chapter 4. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks, S58.